Right, we're here now with Steve. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How you doing?
I'm good. Your financial work has slowed down.
We're now, it's boxing now.
Yeah,
full pelt boxing.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, you've got Friday night in Plymouth, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Saturday night at York Hall, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Sunday in London at the Southern Area Awards.
You're there as well?
I am. Are you on good behaviour on Sunday?
I've got no wife.
Have you got meetings on Monday?
Not really.
No,
so I'm sort of in the middle. I'll be well behaved.
I booked Monday off work specifically.
It'd be a good day.
To not be well behaved.
Well, we'll be shattered.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to turn up all fresh and you lot will be knackered.
Yeah. You going Saturday?
I'm still 50-50. I'll find out. By the time this goes out, I'll probably know whether I'm allowed out of the house or not. Depends what I get caught watching online.
You know it.
Right, so what went on last week in the world of boxing?
So we had
McGregor Farouk. That's about the only thing that was of any interest.
Well, I thought the Jeffrey Floyd, Mo Pryor, I got it wrong.
Yeah, put your hands up.
No, I mean, to be honest, I rate Jeffrey. I rate Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I really rate him, and I thought he could beat Carroll, but I didn't think I didn't think it was wise to take it 6 weeks after a Southern Area title. I think 9 times out of 10 it is the wrong thing. But Jeffrey, he fought like a man possessed, deserved the win, and I thought, I'm really happy for both Jeff and for Mo Pryor that they took it and won. Full credit to him. He was excellent, and I'm glad he didn't get robbed.
As so often happens.
As so often happens on so many things, but he didn't get robbed. He won. He got the perfect right decision, and well done to him and his team for a brilliant performance.
And dodgy decisions potentially.
God, we had a few at the weekend, didn't we?
Farouk McGregor. Well, you were quite vocal online about this.
I think the judge that scored it is coming down to judge the English title of Linus Udofia. So.
Oh, okay. So he did a brilliant job. Absolutely brilliant job. Congratulations to him for a solid performance.
I'm pretty sure we've got him next Saturday for the title fight.
Well done.
I've got to say, let's just say I didn't agree with him.
Just say you hope that the performance may be different when he's down at York Hall.
Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And I thought that I don't see he scored. I think he scored it 8 rounds to 4 for McGregor, and then you got the point deduction. And I do not see how anybody could have scored the 8 rounds to 4. Of course, refereeing is subjective, but
it's subjective and there's perspective of where you're sat. It's that we've gone through it multiple times before, but
I didn't see that at all. I didn't go anywhere close to that. I just couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So I think Farouk was robbed. I think probably. I don't want to say myself, get myself in any trouble, but I think I didn't feel that was the right decision.
What I don't think it does is damages Farouk, that loss.
No,
I think it was such a good fight. Lee McGregor played his part in it. I don't think he won it, but he won it. But Farouk doesn't come out of it any worse than where he started, for me. Positionally, he might. He doesn't hold the British title.
But he won the fight, and that's what... He comes out of it financially disadvantaged because he's a challenger for money rather than the champion. He does come out disadvantaged, but not necessarily in terms of his credibility, but financially he's disadvantaged by that. But you've got the MTK fighter in Scotland in the home corner.
Yeah. If you look 5 years down the line, you'd hope that it doesn't have any impact.
No, I agree. And I think it just... Look, I understand that home fighters have got, you've got the crowd, you've got things that influence judges, but there are some... That's not the worst thing about judges. I mean, I think the worst thing I've seen recently was when I watched the Canelo Kovalev fight, that a referee gave the first round to Canelo. He didn't throw a punch and he won it 10-9, right?
Yeah.
Now that to me is the worst thing I've ever seen. You can take, I didn't agree with McGregor, maybe he had a different view of it, but I was very vocal because I just thought, you just can't score it like that. And I do feel that, we need sort of a fair thing. And I also thought at York Hall, I didn't think Alex Dillon-Magani deserves a draw. I think he lost. But it was a brilliant fight. So I'm sort of happy enough that both get the
might see it again, which no one's going to complain about.
Exactly. So
it was a lot of fun.
There was a couple of fights. I mean, the rest of the card on Friday, apart from Jeffrey Foy, I thought was awful. I mean, I don't really want to see people like Martin Murray fight people that are going to fall over.
Rocky Fielding fights
I've no interest because it's just I didn't watch it. I just went in the other room. I went in the other room and watched the Foy fight and then basically switched off.
I had about 5 minutes of a Rocky Fielding fight.
No, I get that, and I don't actually feel that's good boxing. Yeah. So, but I thought I thought the Jeff Foy fight, Carroll fight was great. I thought the Dill Magani fight was great. I thought the McGregor fight was great.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, over the 3 bills, there were 3 good fights. The rest of it was pretty nothing.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. So we'll start off way down south in Plymouth, Friday night.
Friday. Well, we covered the preview last week. It's the big fight. Brad Paul's Robbie Chapman.
You're still sitting on the fence. I see that your nephew Max called you out on it.
Yeah, cool. The problem is I like both of them.
So do I, but you made me pick.
You're not the manager. I'm the manager. And listen, I think it's Brad's toughest fight by a country mile.
And
Robbie's hardest fight by a country mile. As an amateur, Brad was knocking everybody out. Robbie was beating Denzel Bentley. So we are talking about two high caliber amateurs. And who's going to bring it? Is Brad going to be affected by the huge crowd that he's bringing in Plymouth? Is he going to listen to Terry in the corner? Is he going to go for broke and not box? Is Robbie going to be able to calmly outbox him and manoeuvre around the ring and just pick up points? Because that's really what this fight is going to be about. It's whether Brad can harness the aggression with boxing or whether Robbie is going to be able to take advantage of Brad not sticking to a game plan and just basically box his way to points victory. That's the thing. They are the two scenarios. I know Brad hits hard. I don't think he stops Robbie Chapman. So that's what I would say. I do think he goes 10 rounds. And then you've got the fact of if Brad is going for the big shots for 10 rounds, he won't win. And because Robbie is a great boxer, a really, really exceptional boxer, and I think you'll see that Saturday or Friday, but Brad's also an exceptional work rate, an exceptional talent. So it's a brilliant, brilliant fight, and I think it's going to teach us a lot about both of those fighters.
Yeah. This might seem like a really small side point, but it's day before weigh-in.
Yeah.
Is that happening in London or Plymouth?
London.
Okay. I was thinking if it was in Plymouth, that would, to me, give an advantage to Brad. Because
Brad was the one that wanted it in London.
Really? I thought...
we were doing it in Plymouth. And Brad wanted it in London.
I'd have thought Brad would have got the advantage from home comforts and being around familiar territory.
He didn't want to. He wanted to stay here and weigh in here. That was Brad's call because he's a champion. He made that call. So Robbie was planning to go to Plymouth on Wednesday.
Yeah, I would have assumed it would be a disadvantage to Robbie to go down.
But he wanted to go earlier than he should have gone. So they were going to go Wednesday.
Got acclimatised down there.
Well, they wanted to go early. So they wanted to go early. So
but it is stuff like making yourself comfortable in a place, and you're going to be there the night before. So now they've both got to travel down, presumably Thursday after the weigh-in.
Correct.
Whereas I'd have thought Brad would want to be with his home comforts of Plymouth.
He didn't want it.
Interesting. I say it's a bit of a small side point,
but there we go. There's an interesting thing behind the scenes there.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Saturday night.
So
let's give the full preview of that, because we gave the full preview of Fridays last week. So if you're missing that, go back and watch it.
So let's go through.
Let's clarify firstly. Saturday night is a development show.
Correct. We have some development shows and some where the fighters are now in the title zone, and the titles are all on the 30th, and this is development. We couldn't do titles on the 23rd because we had Plymouth on the 22nd.
Yeah.
So basically all the title fights on the 30th and the developments on the 23rd. Still a really interesting card, but it's the big title fights come the week after. So start off with Neil Parry, Yasser Al-Gainer. Both fighters going in a 50-50 here. Yasser's 4-0. Neil Parry is 6-1-1. It's a crossroads fight for both lads. They both wanted a test. They've got that test. Neil Parry has improved. definitely improving all the time. Yes, has got the silky skills, but we haven't really seen that much of him. I think it's a really, really interesting fight. Again, I'm not going to call it. I manage both lads. Do you have an opinion?
No, not overly. I think Neil's improved a lot under Billy Rumble. I've said it on here before. I've got a lot of time for Neil. He's one of the few boxers that I've criticised publicly of yours that has taken it constructively and come back and said what I said was right about what he did, which was when he was quite gun shy and he wasn't throwing enough punch. And for that reason alone, I have so much time for Neil, in the sense of he's, like, my opinion means fuck all to most boxers. I completely get that. I completely appreciate that. But the fact that he's willing to take a view from me, God knows what he's willing to take a view from a coach on that basis. Like, his ability to take feedback must be particularly good. Always listen to the wrong people like me. Either way, I've got a lot of time for Neil, so
I think he's vastly. I think people underestimate Neil, and he's vastly improved. Vastly improved. I think it's a really, really good, interesting fight for both, and I think the winner's going to go on. I think the winner will go on and fight for a major title in the next 6 months or so. And the loser, it's not the end of the world for the loser either, but I think we're going to really see where both fighters are at.
yeah.
It's a great fight.
Yeah.
Julio Venosi, 15-2 record. He trained by Josh Burnham, who's making waves as a trainer. He's back out doing a 6-rounder against Richard Samuels, who's Ryan Barrett's lad, miles better than his record.
Yeah.
And he was an ABA, I think, semi-finalist. He's a lot better, and I know he's going to be coming to win this. It's a really good fight, though. A lot better than people would understand. Looking forward to seeing the return of Jake Ball. He's been out of Jake Spring, who's been out of the ring for quite a few years. He comes back and fights Jamie Spade. But I'm looking to see Jake Spring and his dad. Really lovely people. And he's worked really hard to get back in shape after being out of the ring, and I'm looking forward to seeing Jake show some of the signs of what he showed initially on his debut many years ago. Brandon Ball, who's making good progression. We've discussed Brandon at length last week. He's 5-1. There's no point reiterating what we said about him last week, but he's a lad.
Yeah.
He's a lad. He's a lad that needs time, but will make it if he did.
Yeah, needs the brakes put on a little bit and develop it.
Daniel Mendes is back after his losing the Southern Area title.
Change trainer
to Brian G. It's a massive advantage for him with a change of trainer. I think we'll see a much better Daniel Mendes. No disrespect to his last trainer, but this is a level or two up as a trainer, in my opinion. So I expect to see Daniel improving, and he'll be back fighting for titles next year. I've got no doubt about that.
So is he training at State of Mind?
Yes,
Brian. Excellent.
Yeah. Somebody to watch this Saturday who I'm really, really excited to watch is Jamie Smith. People think, who's Jamie Smith? I think we'll know who Jamie Smith is after Saturday. A really exciting cruiserweight. He's been sparring with Mikhail Lawal for this, so we're talking about he's got
serious
sparring. His trainer is so confident. He said he'd be comfortable putting him in with a Coley now. So
I've heard that before, to be fair.
But I don't think anybody should go in with a Coley.
No.
But it just shows you the confidence that they have.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see him. He's a really good amateur. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Jamie Smith, and I think that's a name for you to watch. Sangeeta Burley, who signed with us, she's had one fight. This is her first fight on UK soil. She fights Denisa Kikova, who gave Anil Massey quite a good fight, to be fair, last time. So
I liked her.
Yeah, she tried.
She was good fun.
She was good fun. She tried hard. So she's fighting Sangeeta, and for Sangeeta, hopefully we can get some momentum into her, because you don't have to have many fights as a woman to go into the big titles.
Yeah. She looked like she was probably a kickboxer or an MMA fighter in her home country, just purely based upon stance.
Yes.
But when it got to about round 3 and she was pretty much fucked, it just went wild. Yeah. And I like that. It all fell apart, but it worked.
Yeah. So he's had Robert Asagba, who can't be far away from a title shot. He was due to fight Dan Sebastianelli, but Robert moved the weight up and Dan couldn't do the weight, so we brought Rod Douglas in, who's Johnny Eames' lad, so I appreciate Rod stepping in last minute because we were in trouble there. So we'll see what we go. Lewis Surrett's back after his fight in Ultimate Boxer where he lost to Sean Robinson.
Yeah.
Lewis again's not miles away. He's not a million miles away from a title shot, and he does need longer rounds for him. So he's back doing a 6-rounder against Dwayne Green. Amakiani, who we've had on here, really excited to see his debut.
Yeah, well, I liked I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah.
He talks a really good game, so it'll be interesting to see if he backs that up. 'Cause if I'm basing it upon what he told me, he's a hands-down, flashy, explosive puncher that can box as well. Which, if that's the case,
Really excited to see him because he's got the pedigree, he's got the confidence, he's got the aura, he's got a good following, he's got everything that it needs. He's just got to start to deliver in that ring. He takes on Jordan Graham, so that's
talking of people that are better than their records. If you get too cocky with Jordan, I suspect he'd have no issue in going through the gears.
Yeah. So it's be an interesting fight. Conor Hines, who's not mine, he's Adam Martin's lad. He takes on Callum Hyde in his second pro fight. And Conor Vian, Graham Everett's lad, who last fought Curtis Felix in an eliminator. He's now back on the left-hand side, and he takes on Paul Cummings.
He was good, Conor Vian. I liked him against
Curtis. Good fight, didn't he?
Yeah.
Really nice kid as well. So I'm delighted that he's back on a Goodwin show. And you know, this is Olivia's show. Olivia's promoting it. But again, we said to her that it's got to be a baby show because we can't put our big boys on this show because I can't do the right job if I've got a show the night before for the title fighters. So it's a good show. Tickets are still available. Pretty much sold out ringside. About 10 or 15, 20 tickets normally left, so it's sold okay.
Yeah,
sold okay.
Give a mention for Olivia's Touch with Beauty.
Yeah,
because more and more that I'm seeing online, and more that I'm seeing around my house, because my wife gets her nails done there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She does a really good job, doesn't she? She's done today Linus's girlfriend.
Yeah,
Shaz, and you know, it's all the boxing gloves on it.
So it's got his name on one of them as well.
So she's done it's got Linus and a boxing club, and she's really talented, Olivia, at that.
She is.
Her salon is going from strength to strength, so if anybody's in Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire, it's worth popping down to Olivia and going. She does all the range of beauty. Touch with Beauty, check it out, as Martin says.
Yeah, my wife travels a good 25 minutes to come over and see
so she must be as worthwhile.
Yeah, she's always pleased with it.
So that is good, that is excellent.
Yeah, there's my endorsement. Right, cool. So we're going to move on from that. The Sunday we've got the awards. What is that? I don't even know what it is really.
It's a Southern area. Southern Awards. So what they do is they give out awards. And did you go last year?
No, I didn't go.
Oh, didn't go. Okay, they give out awards to Boxer of the Year, Trainer of the Year, Promoter of the Year, Contribution to Boxing, and they just give the awards out rather than the very, which we know the big boxing awards is quite stuffy, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a bit more relaxed. They've got this weekend they've got I think they've got Rocky Balboa guests. They've got a band playing. They've got a magician going.
Nice.
So it's a bit more of a fun afternoon.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to it.
And who goes then typically? Who have I got to stop mouthing off out online for a few days?
I'll tell you when we go off screen, but people last year the Mopire was there and Alan Smith was there, the trainer.
That's all right.
Plenty of trainers and other people that you might not be so friendly with. But there's plenty of people that you will like there.
I like all them, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll skip the ones you don't.
Right, cool. So we're going to go on to my weekly rant, and then when we turn the camera off, Steve will tell me to beware of on Sunday.
Martin's weekly rant.
It's time. It's time for my weekly rant. And the best thing about this week's rant is Steve has had to go off and see one of his financial clients. So I'm going to have a rant about Steve's shirt this week. It's nothing to do with boxing at all. Nothing. He's got clients. Have you seen his shirt? That shirt is green with like blue flowers on it. It's unbelievable stuff. It's unbelievable. I've not seen anything like it. Like I have some horrendous shirts. But a man like that, going off seeing his financial clients. It's unbelievable stuff. Like, if he turned up to give me financial advice, fuck it, I'd send him off. Go and have a change. I'm not up for that, Steve. It's unbelievable. So, when you see him down at York Hall, ask him about his wardrobe. He's got some lovely, lovely outfits. I've seen him out and about on nights out. There are some outfits in his wardrobe, but that one today, that's a shocker. He's had an absolute. His head's gone there. His head's gone. Right, that's it. Bye bye. And we're back from that. One to watch this week, Tom Ansell.
Tom Ansell, yeah, he's 7-1 now. People don't realise with Tom that he came from he didn't come with a big amateur experience or anything like that. So he's having to.
He was just an athlete, wasn't he? He was.
Yeah, having to learn on the job, but he's improving and improving. He had a reversal at the Copper Box against Chris Adaway, but he learned a lot from that. And he's out again on the 30th
with a good team as well.
Tony Peel's a great trainer, great coach. Well, I think there is next year he's going to go and step up and fight for titles. I think he is improving and improving. So it is a case of trying to step it on when he's ready. But I've got no doubt he's winning titles at all. He's very talented, works really hard, both on his PR, selling tickets and generating a crowd, but also on his skill set with Tony. So, we're looking forward really to Tom developing in 2020.
Awesome. Right, let's hear from Tom himself.
My name's Tom Ansell. I'm welterweight. I'm 7-1. My team consists of Tony Peel, who's head coach, Ian Dubree, Paul O'Neill, nutritionist, and Scott Macy, who's my S&C coach. For next year, looking to get the Southern Area title at least. I want to be in 50-50 fights. I want to be on the big shows and making a name for myself. So, Steve, hook me up, mate. Watch me get a win 30th of November. You're cool.
Right, we're back with some people's favourite, some people's least favourite part of the week. Trevorism. Trevor Padden's insight into boxing. Let's find out what he's got in store for us this week.
Okay, so Trevorism is as follows. I want an independent panel to set up and be able to fine, temporarily suspend, or ban permanently judges who are inept or incompetent.
Okay.
That's more sane.
It is. Is he talking X Factor judges or boxing judges?
Judges.
So people outside of the board.
Outside of the board, he's talking about a team of. I rang him and asked him, and he said, a team of 5 people who are maybe ex-boxers who are not associated with any promotional body.
Yep.
Who are not paid for, have any benefits from, and they will basically scrutinise judges' scorecards. They can be appointed by the board if so wish, he said, but they are accountable. But they are then accountable to go with a recommendation that if a judge's decision is so bad and cannot be explained, they will pull the judge in, ask him how he scored it. And if he can't come up with a sensible reason as to how he scored that, and they feel it's inept, incompetent, or worse, then there are certain fines imposed, and they get rid of these people, because he believes that a lot of judges in any other walk of life would not get a job. He's a building inspector. He said if a lot of these judges were working under him, they'd be fired. He said they're not fit for purpose.
It's reasonable. The board can demote you, can't you? That they can take you off of action for a while.
But it doesn't happen that often.
And it doesn't have it does have a financial impact upon your life because you're not getting paid to get a referee, but it's not huge. A fine is more so.
And there are instances that I think even I can come up with where particular referees or judges do things that you just cannot explain. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
So his issue is he feels that boxing is not fit for purpose with some of the judges out there doing what they're doing.
It's a reasonable one. It's a sane one. Well done, Trevor.
Do you agree?
I'm with him. I think it's a good one.
Okay.
I'm all right with that.
So Trevor, let's have another good one next week.
Right, so we're going to go off now and have a look at the Quickfire quiz with Shocki Khan, who we saw interviewed last week. So we'll find out how he gets on. Then we've got an interview coming up with Linus Udofia ahead of his November 30th English title shot. And then we'll be back with the betting zone and the Q&A, which are going to be very short because we're going to save a lot for next week.
Welcome to the Quickfire quiz, and today we have super welterweight Shocki Khan, who's going to be aiming to get to the top of the leaderboard. Now let's have a look at the leaderboard. We can see that in joint first position is our own Martin with 2.
Still top.
and Alan Budgeon with 2, and Shocki's friend Amar only got 1. So he's not got a lot to beat, but he's been telling me upstairs that he knows so much more than Amar, and he's got a wealth of boxing knowledge. We're going to find that out because he's been giving it the real big and off camera, and now we're going to see whether we can match up to it.
Let's go.
So we're waiting for the Martins head ups, and then we're going to have 60 seconds of quick fire questions, and away we go.
On your marks, get set, go.
Your trainer, Josh Burnham, was a former professional. How many bouts did he have, and how many stoppages?
3 and none.
Wrong. 2. Who did Anthony Joshua beat to win the world heavyweight title?
Vladimir Klitschko.
Incorrect. It was Charles Martin.
Oh my
Your
God.
stablemate, Nick Parker, is Southern Area Cruiserweight champion. Who did Nick beat to win
Mendes.
the title? First name?
Charles Mendes. I'm really bad with names. Oh come on! No. I got
Who did
it.
Mike Tyson beat to become world champion in
Trevor
1986? Correct. What round did Dan Aziz beat Charlie Duffield in to win the Southern Area light heavyweight title?
7.
6. Who did Mal Shinkwin beat to win the English light heavyweight title?
I have no clue about
John
that.
McIntyre. Who's the current Southern Area super flyweight champion?
I'm lost.
Who was the last boxer to defeat Muhammad Ali in a world title fight?
Oh, it's the guy that beat Mike Tyson beat Larry Holmes.
Stop!
Yes! Hey, at least I'm
So Shocki has actually achieved his goal, and I hope his goals are higher as a professional boxer. He said to me before he just wanted to beat Amar Kiani, and he has done that with a millisecond left. And to be honest, he wasn't far off with the Daniel Mendes fight, but you can't have it with one name. So it's 2 Virgin on a 3, but we're going to give him 2, but he's going to be top of the 2s because he was near the closest. So Shocki goes to the top of the new leaderboard. I hope we're going to have a look at it here, and we're going to see who next week can try and challenge this great score of 2, but it seems to be quite difficult. But well done, Shocki, you've done a good job, and you've beaten Amar.
Thank you, that's all good with me. My man, get that win on 23rd of November. You got this, brother.
Right, I'm here with the soon-to-be English middleweight title challenger, Linus Udofia. How you doing?
Very well, how are you?
I'm good. You're looking trim, you're looking ready.
Say the same about you.
So, how's weight going? Let's start there. Like, we're doing this a week and a half out from your title fight.
Weight's everything's like everything else. So weight's pretty much on track. We're waking up to what we want to be, and check weigh-ins only next week at some point. So, do you know what I mean? Everything's on target. So I'm not really worried what weight's going.
How much of that is managed by Terry Stewart? As in, like, does he make sure that you're checking in with him regularly?
I guess with Terry, he kind of yeah. You do have to check in with him regularly. He doesn't really. He trusts that we do the right things to get where we need to be, but my weight is mostly handled by my missus, and she makes sure that I'm where I need to be every day.
Yeah.
So that's where my weight is.
Nice. So, talk me through then. You got an English title fight. Like, this is the biggest fight of your career by a stretch.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Given I've known you from your debut.
Even better, isn't it?
Saturday, November the 30th, York Hall, English title fight, Tyler Denny in the other corner. How are you feeling for it?
I don't know. It's a weird one. I've had a mixture of like...
Is it nerves?
No, not
excitement?
nerves. No, I don't get nervous. I just had a mixture of emotions coming up to it. Like, when it first got announced, I was like buzzing, wicked. And then the whole Taylor Jones thing crept up and I was like... Is it going to be one of those again where I'm like doing everything, this is wicked, this is going well, everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden, boom, it doesn't happen again. And you know what I mean? It's just, that's been in my head a little bit, but it hasn't in no way slowed down any training I've been doing. So, you know what I mean? It's just, all I can do is show up.
Does that take its mental toll on you, that whole Taylor Jones, committing yourself to a fight and then it falling through multiple times? Does that start to wear in the back of your mind a little bit?
It did back then. It doesn't now. It did when it first happened. It was like that was the first time it happened to me, and I was thinking, and it was like, oh, everything's just been perfect. We got everything here. We got it at your call. We got it on our terms and things like that, and it was perfect. And then all of a sudden it fell through, and was kind of like really, it kind of kills you a little bit because I still had to fight, but it wasn't for that, and it really it kills you. And
it wasn't what you wanted.
You can't get up for it, but I just left that alone and understand that it happens in boxing and it won't be the last time.
Yeah.
So it's just keep going, do what my management do what they do to get me to where I am. I have to fight, so I need to worry about fighting instead of who's here and who's doing this.
Yeah. But you can get up for this one. No problem.
Oh, I've been up for a while. Don't worry about that.
What do you know about Tyler?
Good southpaw. Had a hard fight with Reece Cartwright. He lost. I think the referee stopped it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good fight. He's, he seems good. He seems slick. He moves well. But I think, with all due respect, I'm better. I'm a couple of levels above, and I don't know. We obviously we're going to see on Saturday, but I think he's a very good fighter, and that's the kind of level you expect at English level.
Yeah. Do you read much into his record? Because he's only got the one stoppage on his record, but I know people who have been around where he is who have said that he can hit harder than that suggests.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of his fights. and he's hit people, and he, you can always tell. You can always tell when they've got a little bit of bite in their punches, and he does, but.
So do you.
What do I care about that?
How much have you looked into him yourself, and how much do you leave to Terry?
I guess Terry does his thing. I don't really know what he does. I think he's definitely seen him, and I have a gander now and then to see kind of any weaknesses, any strengths, what he likes to do, what he doesn't like. You have a look, but it never really matters too much because the person in front of you isn't the person 6 months ago. Do you know what I mean? So you always have a look to get an idea, but I think it helps, but not as much as everyone thinks.
Yeah. What does it mean to you being part of probably the biggest show Steve's ever put on?
It's an honour, man, because I believe I had my debut on the biggest show, what was meant to be the biggest show, Tyler Goodjohn, Johnny Garton. That was massive, and Rookie Noble and Ahmed, that was wicked. It was like 10 knockdowns.
It's just like two weebles going at it.
So that is good. It's good to be part of it, especially on a bigger scale, not like having a debut or anything like that. No disrespect to anyone having a debut, but it's massive.
But now you're the reason.
One of the title fights, and it's like this is another wicked title fight against another wicked title fight, and then another one. It's good to be part of that. And it's. Now it's like who's the best title fighter? Who wins it the best? That's how I look at it.
Have you been putting pressure on? Do you want to be headline?
Yes. Yes, but to be fair, there's only one way to be headline, isn't it? You got to win emphatically. So
yeah. How's camp been? Because you've obviously got in the same training gym camp, Brad Pauls fighting for the Southern Area version of the title a week and a day before you are.
You know what it is? Camp's been really convenient in a sense of Brad's fighting the week before. I've been sparring Danny Diggum, Graham Richards, who Danny Diggum fought a week ago for a European title. Richards is fighting for a British Eliminator on the same day, and we're all around the same weight, and it couldn't be any more perfect. And it was just like we were saying, and I was like, we're all four of us in the gym sparring each other, and then we all just went, we're all fighting for titles, and we were like, we all fighting. It's just you can't make it up. And with that kind of level, it's just perfect. It's always hard to find southpaws to spar, but then they came to us, and it was like, perfect. It's like, wicked. Where have you been all our lives? But it was really good. Everything's been perfect. We've done well. We've done, like I said, every single box that Terry wanted ticked. It's ticked.
So he's happy. That's the important thing.
He's really happy. All the times are good. Everything we're doing in training is just working. It's just right. I'm actually quite ahead. And now he said we're just focusing on just getting you sharp and losing whatever weight you have for your check weigh-ins and for your actual weight.
Tapering it down a bit.
And we've still got 10 days. And normally I do that 4 days in. Do you know what I mean? So I'm relatively ahead. So
are you going down to Plymouth for Brad's fight?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. It should be fun.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether that would fit into like the regime that you've got.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where you train with each other a lot, you build a bond, and it's not just a bond for this fight. We built a bond 4 years ago. You know what I mean? And it's always good to be there because mentally it's hard enough, but the person you've been going through it with if you see them in the back with you as well, it makes that little bit of a difference. It kind of calms you down a little bit and makes the massive occasion that should be burning you out not.
Yeah.
You're just in a gym again. It's just being in a gym.
It takes away some of the...
It takes away a lot of, like, it's like having your driving instructor in your test.
Yeah.
It takes away a lot of the actual occasion of that as a test.
Which is illegal, so don't do that. You can't have your driving instructor there. Did you?
I did, yeah.
Take his licence back.
I did. He sat in the back.
Unbelievable.
He like winked.
You sure it wasn't a fake taxi? I've seen that.
It was a painful lift, but yeah. Back to the
topic. Sponsors. Let's give some sponsor shout out.
Shout out to my new sponsor, Orbitrol.
Who are they? What do they do?
And they're a paint company. They manufacture paint, and they paint.
Awesome.
And shout out to D&I Butchers, family butchers from Luton. Been supporting me for the last 4 years now.
I always see photos of you in there with the dude.
Yeah, they've supported me ever since I turned professional, really, and they've been a massive difference to financially and just in general for what I actually need to do what I do, you know.
Yeah.
And ARS Roofing Solutions, a roofing company from Rickmansworth. He's been really good with me. He's always sorted out my medicals when I need it, and that's it really. I've really scaled down on the sponsors just to.
All right, and give people an idea. You do personal training now, don't you?
Yeah.
You moved into being a personal trainer.
Yes.
So how can people get hold of you if they want personal training around Bedfordshire, Luton?
My social media is LU Boxing, just at LU Boxing, on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, at LU Boxing.
And how can people get these jumpers? Because I'm a massive fan of these.
I am currently sorting out manufacturing for the actual production for it, and keep changing people because they're not very good.
Right, what's the last message you got then? Ahead of November 30th, when you're going out for your English title fight, what can people expect out of Linus Udofia that night?
The best of whatever you've seen of me now, it's going to be 10 times better. Everything I've been working towards is going to be shown on that night.
What was your best performance today in your mind?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. What do you think?
He's asking people behind the camera.
Yeah, Steve.
There's been a lot of them.
Which one though? Because that David Hay one, I think that was just, that one round was good.
Yeah,
but the rest of it was quite difficult.
So the Conor Vian was just a total breakdown.
Which one?
Sorry, the last fight you what's it?
Cadena.
The Cadena fight. It was a breakdown. It wasn't like Brad's explode with like one big punch, but you just totally.
I've been hearing a lot of shit for that. Everyone's like, "Oh, you stopped him in 7, Brad stopped him in like."
That's totally different.
It's
different fight.
So would you say that the Cadena fight was maybe your?
Yeah, I'd say because it was. Terry did. Literally, he had a plan, and I just had to follow it. Even when I dropped him in the second round, Terry was just like, leave it. Yeah, just leave it. Just keep doing. Don't go after him. Just keep doing what you're doing. And he said in the 6, he was like, I sat down. He was like, yeah, in this round he's done. Like, just maybe step on it a little bit, and then got him out. So,
who was the lad that you iced with the left hook? Young lad had a decent record, a reasonable record when you fought.
The Mets.
Actually, Bailey the Mets.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good performance. That was again another 50-50. That was a hard.
Yeah. And
I remember as well. You don't help. I sent him over a few names. I went, look, I want these kind of fighters because I feel like I'm ready for it. And you went, I don't know about that. And I went, look, I want it. And you went, fine. Do it, match me up with Ashley, and then the day he decides to tell me I don't think this is a good idea, it's about an hour before I actually went to go fight. So I've just like talked to him, I spoke to him, and he comes up to me and he goes, it's not a fight I would have done, but that's fair play to you.
Reverse psychology.
Mate, you're meant to be but to be fair, he's got to be honest with me. So I'd rather have the management that'll tell me that I don't think this is a good idea. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather instead of just you could be him. It'd be easy. You know what I mean? But yeah,
they gave you a point to prove that.
Yeah, that was. I think that was one of my hardest. I think I'd probably say that was my hardest because I felt like if you got up after I put him on his ass, it wasn't going to end well.
Yeah, he weren't going to get up from that, to be fair. I mean, that's no offence to Ashley at all, because he's a good fighter. But it was a great finish. Anyway, right, enough kissing your ass. You'll get enough of that on November the 30th if you're going to win that title.
Wicked.
I'm going to come back, see you in the changing room, and buy that belt off you. Right, lovely. November 30th, York Hall. Get in contact with Linus if you want tickets, although I believe they're pretty much gone now.
Pretty much.
By all means, try them. And yeah, hopefully soon to be the new English champion. So that's a quiz with Shocki Khan. A shocker that he got it on the 60-second buzzer as well.
He's joint leader with you.
Pissed me off, that. I mean, well done, Shocki, brilliant. He's out soon, isn't he? So you'll see him in the new year, once his injuries
back in
cleared
March.
up. Linus looks at a great place.
He does.
Mentally, physically, happy, relaxed.
I think we're going to see the best Linus Udofia we've ever seen, and I think he's going to win the English title on the 30th, and he deserves it because he had setbacks, and I know he's coped well with it, but this is his first actual chance of a title, and to be honest, it's a year after when he should have been fighting for the title.
Yeah. Right, the betting zone this week, we're going to put off for a week, because next week we can do a bit more of a special one on the basis that your show is going to be featured.
Yeah.
On the betting
and there's no outstanding betting opportunities this week.
So we've always said we'll only cover ones where there's a misnomer somewhere in the market that can be taken advantage of. But next week you're going to have the odds from your show coming up next Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I might pick the best bet out of that, because you're not allowed to say, are you?
Well, it depends on which one it is.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the standout bet from it.
Okay.
And
so next week we're going to have
and then you can judge my
how it goes.
my ability to pick. So that'll be next week on the betting zone. The Q&A, we've got some great questions in this week, but actually they're fairly timeless. So we're going to do a bit of a bundled up version next week with some of the fallout from the Plymouth and the York Hall cards, and put them all together. So
great.
We're going to save some of that up and do a bit of a special one next week for the betting and the Q&A. So that rounds us up for this week. Plymouth, Friday night.
York Hall, Saturday night. Sunday, we're having a few drinks in London. It's going to be a long weekend.
It will. So you'll see a very tired Steve Goodwin
next week.
Next week. But tickets, if you need them still, are myfighttickets.com, or any last minute ones from the box. We've probably had to give it in by now. So myfighttickets.com for any last minute tickets for either York Hall or Plymouth. And yeah, people will see you down there, and we'll see you back here next week. Thank you.